create videos for all 4 courses. So what I will do is I will rely on my Google Meet recording meeting lah. And then I want to try out something. I want to see whether for your other classes, right, you are able to get the Meet recording from the event, right, from your calendar event, right? Means there's no need for me to upload. As long as you accept the invitation for the Meet, you can always go back to your calendar, and then from the calendar, okay, from the calendar here, afterwards, then there will be the recorded meeting. Is that how you do for your other courses?
Yeah.
And then have other lecturers tried to like do more than one time recording?
Means?
I would like to try it out now. Okay, I will do a recording, first recording for the briefing, and then I'll stop the recording, and then after that I'll try to start another recording. I want to see whether it's workable so that I can split my lecture videos. I'm not sure whether this one will work though lah. Okay, let me try first.
Usually like one go only.
Yeah, I would like to try whether I can stop the recording, and then after I stop the recording, and then I try to do another recording, see whether it's can be done or not lah. Otherwise, then you will get a 2 hours lecture recording. Okay. I didn't get a good evaluation on my previous semester with you guys, so I'm not sure whether the how I teach is good. So that's why I also think that this is another factor for me not to do any recording lah. Okay, so let me start the recording first.
Actually, the
Yeah.
first sem, my internet very slow. Yeah, so the recording also lot slow. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Many buffering.
Buffering lah. Okay, but then towards the end, I did try to reduce the size lah, but only towards the end. Yeah.
But now upgrade lah my Wi-Fi.
Okay, good. Okay, let me record the meeting. It's recording already, so very good afternoon to everyone. Let's start with the what we have here. All right. Normally I will generate the meet link here, but then this time I'm trying to send you invite to the Google Calendar instead, see whether this one will work out for us or not. And then let's look at the, let me see. Okay, the classwork. I've put everything under learning materials. Okay, course document. Later I will check whether we have the latest course plan or not, the weekly course plan that we need to guide us with our weekly tasks that need to be covered. And for the lecture notes, just now I mentioned about, okay, we have 2 hours lecture here, and on Thursday, we only have 1 hour tutorial and another 1 hour practical. 1 hour tutorial is to discuss the answer for the tutorials, and then the 1 hour practical is for your case study assignment. Okay, now if you look at your lecture notes, you have 13 chapters. We need to cover all these 13 chapters. Remember, for long semester, we only have 14 weeks. So I hope we can finish this on time, or preferably earlier. Okay, then I can slot in the revision question for you guys. Okay, and as you can see here, tutorials, we also have 13 tutorials, right? So we have so much to cover. So I hope you will not miss the 2 hours lecture lah. And then one thing about the lecture that I want to highlight here is that we had a meeting with the course coordinator and also the other lecturer, branch lecturers. And then the course coordinator mentioned that the students' slides are with blanks. Okay, with blanks. Let me show you one example.
Yeah. Is it meant to be like that?
Yes. It's with blank. So, oh, what am I doing? I need to click right. Okay. Like for example, this one, they are blanks. Okay, for this particular lecturer, Mr. Lo Kok Han, his style is that he wants students to pay attention during lecture and then fill up the empty blanks. Okay, so meaning if you miss out my class, then you will not be able to get the answers for the blanks. Okay, so I put a remark here, slides with blanks to be filled up by the students during the lecture. Okay, this is what you need to do during the lecture. Okay, let me know if I'm going too fast because I'm sure there are quite a number of blanks for you to fill up lah. Okay, this is for the lecture. And since we have the recording, perhaps if you want to double check your blanks, whether you have filled up correctly or not, you can always check from the videos. And then another thing that I want to highlight would be the assignment. Okay, before I go to the assignment, let me show you the course specification first. This is the syllabus. Okay. Okay, BAIT 1043, Systems Analysis and Design. This is a 3 credit value. Okay, look at these 3 learning outcomes. Okay, this one is from the course document here. You can refer, you can open and then view it clearly on your site. The first learning outcome is the illustrate the concepts, techniques, models, methods, tools used in the various stages of system development life cycle. Okay, system development life cycle, in short, we call it as SDLC. Okay, SDLC. So system analysis and design is all about SDLC. There are several phases, several stages in SDLC, and you need to know what's going on in each of the stages in order for you to know the proper roles of a system analyst. Okay. Remember that your bachelor degree is RSTI is on software system development. Is it system software development? But then your target would be at the end of your study, you should be able to develop systems. Okay, in order for you to develop systems, so far you have learned programming, right? Programming, right? And then you will be learning SAD this semester, and I believe you all have already learned a database last semester with Miss Teng, right? Okay, database development. So these are what will be required when we want to develop one whole system. Okay, so basically this particular course is to show the task of a system analyst. So with your degree, when you go out to work, you should be able to find jobs as a system analyst. Okay, system analyst normally will do the analysis and design of the proposed information system project. And then after he has done the analysis, design all the system, like for example, design the user interface, design the data design means the database design, yeah. So what you have learned from Miss Tang regarding how to do, how to draw the ERD. Before that, I believe you learn about the normalization from the unnormalized form to the yours. I believe it's untitled normal form, right? Third and F, okay. Design the complete ERD, one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, many-to-many need to be resolved, okay. So data design is one of the tasks in the system design stage of SDLC. Okay, so I hope what you learned last semester for the database design, you can incorporate into one of the week presentation. Okay, and then what else? After the design has been done, then SA, he will pass the work to his programmers. So meaning programmers will receive the design for programming, for the procedural design. Perhaps programmers will get the pseudocodes or perhaps the flow charts, right? And then, or a decision table, decision tree from the design of the processes. Okay, processes means the functions. Okay, the functions. Then the programmer will start the programming, complete the program, and so on. So system analyst will be at the top. Okay, performing the analysis, the design of the system, and pass to programmer to implement. Okay, so if you are a fresh graduate, normally they don't give you the title system analyst right away. Because to become a system analyst, you need to have experience. If you refer to the job vacancy, I think it's more or less at least 3 years experience. Because in order for you to manage a system development project, you need to be experienced in many types of IS. If I'm not mistaken, you have taken PIS, right? Principles of IS.
During diploma.
Diploma. How about the recent one? Is it included in bachelor degree?
Oh, so far, don't know.
So, do you know the different types of information system? Like we have transaction processing system, management information system, decision support system, okay, TPS, MIS, DSS, EIS. In that case, then I believe, let me see the slide. Let me see the slide. Okay, I think it's added into the first chapter. Okay, so no need to worry about that. Okay,
Miss,
good.
the one, the blank, we fill in inside the PowerPoint.
Depending on what is convenient for you all. Okay, because at the end of the day, you will use your notes for your revision to answer the tutorials, whichever is convenient for you lah. In the PowerPoint also, okay.
So during the lecture, we have to open the blank PowerPoint like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. So the first learning outcome here is all about the SDLC. Okay, and then if you see here, first learning outcome, it will be tested in your final exam. So we have 13 chapters, right? So you must master all the stages of SDLC. What are the tools used by SA? For example, during the system analysis phase, stage number 2 in SDLC, SA need to do the drawing. We have the DFD, data flow diagram, and then ERD is also included in the system analysis phase. So that's what we're talking about here. Okay, the various techniques, models, methods, yeah. In every stages, there are a lot of things that you need to cover. Normally for students, since you're at the our first page for degree, let me see. I don't have any example, but then for the diploma students, they also learn this, okay, SAD, system analysis and design. Normally, they get higher marks in the tools, like drawing of the DFD, drawing of the ERD, constructing the decision tree, constructing the decision table, drawing the per chart, PERT, per chart, Gantt chart. So they score lots of marks there. Okay, and then if you look here, it's C4. Okay, it's more higher level. Okay, C4. C1, the lowest level is just to memorize, like at least the 5 stages of SDLC. Then yours, you need to do to show you understand the concept used in that particular stage, and then you're able to give your say differentiate, okay, or assess the tasks done by the essay and so on. Right, and then course learning outcome 2. Analyze the appropriate concept, techniques, and models of the system development activities until what are the issues we are referring to the IS issues faced by the organization. Also C4, let me see, this one will be tested in your test question. Okay, test question. I will update to you all what kind of let me see, what kind of not what kind, how many chapters covered for the test. Okay, I need to check. Let me jot it down. I need to check the course plan, right? Okay. And then the third learning outcome. Prepare appropriate report of deliverables produced. This is what you're going to do every week for your, let me see, this one. Okay, the 1 hour practical here, 3 to 4. So you will get marks, weekly marks, right? Let me go back. Okay, from the various activities carried out for the system development. So what you're going to do every week would be to present, okay, what you have done for your case study. So your assignment is ongoing, starting from next week, week 2. That's why I need Farah to join today. Okay, week 2 onwards. So you will be simulating what the SA will do, okay, throughout these weeks in this semester. Okay, so this is A2. When you see affective domain, we are looking at your affective skill, like how you work in a group, all right, how you handle the task. Means it's not about memorizing of concepts, theories for the test and exam. It's you're doing it, okay? So the third learning outcome is to assess your assignment. Okay, so these are the 3 learning outcomes. Since you all are our first batch of RST, you need to really understand learning outcome, the OBE, outcome-based education. So that's why we focus on this learning outcome. And audit will be soon, okay, to MQA will be auditing our program for RSD. And then I believe 3 of you will be included in the process of our accreditation of RST in Sabah. Okay, transferable skill, definitely this one, problem solving. every week you will do your presentation. I will see whether you're able to do it or not. Okay. Let me see. So for this week, we will cover this. Okay, this is the first chapter, a very short chapter. And the case study will be the first one. Okay, will be the first one. I believe last time I mentioned about the student learning time, right? So independent learning, you need to have some hours to put aside, okay? And then let me scroll down. All this will be summarized in the course plan. I will upload the course plan later once I get it from my course coordinator. So our assessment, okay, continuous assessment, it will be 50%, and then final assessment, your final online assessment is another 50%. Here the 50% for your coursework would be test, 20%, assignment is 30%. So this one is individual marks, assignment is group mark. All right, 30 marks. Let me see any more. So 3 credit hours, that's why we have 120 hours. Okay, we're not using any labs. This is the name of the reference book. And additional info, no. Okay, so basically, what is this all about? It's all about the SDLC system development life cycle. Okay, I just now mentioned about the assignment, right? Okay, you can refer to the assignment here. I already opened the case study. Okay. Here it say 4 to 5, but there's only 3 of you, so 3 of you will form one group. Okay, the activities are based on the various phases of software development lifecycle SDLC. This is mentioned just now. Okay, the deliverables will be submitted on a weekly basis. So you should not miss your Thursday class with me, the 1 hour class. And you will get marks, the continuous assessment marks, as well as the final report. Okay. The assignment objective is mentioned here. Okay, basically you are applying what you are learning in the course lah. All right, so our course is all about the stages in SDLC. So you will be simulating, you will put yourself as a system analyst, and you will be like sort of like involved in a system development project where you will do your presentation. Okay. And this is the final outcome lah, right up the final report. Now, your final report is referring to every week you will present to me. So I will give comments on what need to be fixed, okay, whether you need to do some more add-on. And then make sure you do all the changes, and then you will compile everything and put it into one final report. So you need to take note on what are the things that you need to improve so that you can come up with a very good final report. Now, the reason why I want to mention this during the first class would be our practical class is only 1 hour, so I don't think we have time to do lots of things. So just to give you time, today is Monday, and then you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you have time to discuss among yourself. Assuming that you, which system that you want to work on. Now, may I know, let me see, for your database, right, with Miss Teng, what is the system that you chose as your title?
I don't know code system or not.
Is it your project for the database is on the sales system ka? Inventory?
It's like the cinema.
Oh, cinema. Okay. Cinema. Let me see. Cinema. Okay. It's under this one, ticketing system. But then your database project is only for the data design, which is in the system design phase of the SDLC. Okay. In my opinion, if you are still interested in this ticketing system as a whole, perhaps you want to like take up this title lah. Okay, the main focus is on this one. If you ever use an online ticketing system, you can observe from there. You work it on. If you are interested in other title, also possible. But since you already have the data design, right, then why not make your life easier? Okay, let me see. These are the other systems that you can select. All right. Okay. This Thursday, I will get you all to select the organization. Okay, and then what need to be done. Okay, so what I will ask you to do is decide on the title. Okay, this is the week 1. Okay, and one more thing. Remember the weekly assessment, right? So for week 1, no marks will be assigned for these 2 parts, only the in-class work, meaning whether you have done something or not, meaning during the 1 hour, perhaps we can spend a few minutes for your presentation and another portion of the time for you to discuss, and then before the end of the practical class you come back to me, show me what are the discussion that you have done, and then to show that you deserve marks for the in-class work lah. Okay. C and P is the content of the presentation, and P is the presentation itself, the Q&A. So since there's no presentation this Thursday, no marks will be given. But then during the final week, the final presentation in class work, there will be no more in class work because this is the final presentation already. So every week you need to present to me. We only have 1 hour to do this. Okay, that's why what my course coordinator mentioned, SAD is quite packed for the degree program. Okay, quite packed for the degree program because we only have 1 hour for the practical. Okay, so I believe that's about the briefing lah. Okay, so I already covered the assignment, tutorial. Okay. Any question on our
How do you choose that?
Our briefing?
How do you choose the organization?
Organization, you can base on the actual organization like the GSC, MBO, but then in your report, I don't want you all to use the actual name line, but you can base your, if you are planning to take up cinema, okay, ticketing system for cinema, then you can choose any actual cinema as your reference, but when you do your reporting or presentation, you should not use the name of the actual organization. You can come up with your own, make up name.
Do we need put in reference? Do we need to say we reference which word? We reference from where?
Yes. Just the reference. So there will be assumptions. Since this is a makeup organization, there will be your own assumptions and so on.
So I need to explain
As long as it's logic, then I'm okay.
When I explain, do I need to reference also?
This time when you all do the presentation, if you have MB, you give your own cinema name lah. So you are presenting that particular cinema. You're assuming 3 of you are 3 system analysts involved in the development of a ticketing system for this XYZ cinema, something like that.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Let me try to stop the recording first. Okay, now it will be saved in the Google Drive link to the Meet calendar. So, Kelvin, I believe you need to, if you didn't accept the invitation, I'm not sure whether you will get the recording or not. See how. I give you a few minutes, toilet break, 2 minutes, come back here, and then we start with lecture. Yes, no need. Okay, if you're ready, let me continue with the lecture. Okay, let me try to start another recording. Okay, we're going to do the lecture, chapter 1. I hope you have your slide ready. Okay. Let me present. What should I present? The screen. Let me try this one. Okay, and then let me choose Spotlight. Are you able to see this? Oh my goodness, the sound. Can you all see the slide? What happens if I present the slide? Can you all see the slide now?
I see the
Okay. Or if I
presenter view.
presenter view, yeah?
Yeah.
Meaning you can see the presentation just now, right?
Can, but like got two separate presentation.
Okay. In that case, then need for me to what? Okay, so let me start. Let me know if there's something wrong with my presentation. Yeah, there are 44 slides. Okay, all together, what we will cover in this first chapter is just the introduction to information system. We start with the basic IS concept. I'm not sure whether you all can see this big enough. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then the first thing, what is an information system? Notice that this is the blank, yeah, so you can start filling up the blanks already. Let me share with you why for our notes we have the key point here, all right, and then after the key point explanation, because according to the course coordinator, he said for your test, for your final exam, it depends on the keywords. Okay, student will give the keywords, and from the keywords, hopefully the student will be able to explain in their own words. Remember, for our final online assessment, you need to use your own words. But then, as long as you provide the main point, then from there you can have a bit of marks already. And then after that depends on how you present your answers, how you explain it. Okay, so for your answer, final exam and also test, include the keywords. You start with the keywords and then the explanation, you can use your own words to explain, right? So for information system, there are 5 components. We have the hardware, okay, we have the software, we have the data. This is the data. We have people and procedures. I give you example. For your database, you are dealing with the data here, all right. And then for the, if you develop an information system for our project, then it will include this software. Okay, the user manual means the procedures. People would be the end user and also the system developer. Hardware, we need hardware, the set of computers, server, everything for the implementation of the whole information system. Now, when we talk about the purpose of information system, make sure in your explanation you include the keyword information. Information system is a special system, okay, a system that produces information. Information for who? For the end user. All right. That's why as a software developer, you need to interact with your end user, your client, yeah, because they are the one who will use the system. You're going to help them to develop the system for them. Because at the end of the day, say like the ticketing system, okay, will help that particular cinema to operate their daily business. Okay, technology used by the information system involves all these hardwares mentioned here, and the system itself Okay, this one refers to the software. Yeah, it can be a single application, or if it's big enough, then it will include more than one applications. Okay, the next one, the functions of information system. If I'm not mistaken, I saw this in your database course. I believe you have learned this 4 functions of information system. Am I correct? The IPOS, input, process, output, storage. Can you all confirm?
I think so.
Yeah, so basically it's the same thing. What are the functions of information system? If you look here, the system, the information system will receive input in a form of data, right? Like now you can imagine for your ticketing system, what kind of input required to be entered by the end user. If it's an online system, means the user will enter the data themselves, like the selected movie name, and so on, correct? So whatever is being input into the system, that will be the data. We need the data. So the system will do the processing, and what will be the output? Output, say, the end user will get the confirm transaction information from the system, telling them that it is a success, payment is a success. So these are information given to the end user. Okay, assuming that is an online ticketing system, and the end user themselves use the system, login into the system and use the system. If you're talking about the system used by the cinema staff, all right, then the cinema worker will be the end user, and the end user will do the entering of data lah. And then anyhow, the 4 functions of information system. For input means to accept the raw data. Raw data means it hasn't been processed yet. Like individually, the data has no meaning. But after processing, you will come up with the results. Here you need to be more specific. What kind of information is produced by the system? Again, the name of the system, not the name of the system. The system is a type of information system. So what will it produce? Information. Okay, and whatever transactions being processed, data being entered, information being produced, everything needs to be stored. Okay, stored for future reference and so on, and also for processing, like lists of movie names, and then the movie details. You need to have that in your storage first before the end user can decide, oh, I want to watch which movie and so on. Okay. Okay, next is the example. Okay, there are few blanks here. Okay, one example of an information system is the inventory control system. Inventory control system, but then for this example, we will only look at this particular module, the receiving item module. Means you imagine when you log in into the inventory control system, you have a few modules where you can select, and assuming that you select the receiving item module, yeah, this is where the end user will enter the delivery order details, like what is the item code for the product, how many of the product that has been received, and you need to update it into the inventory control system. Okay, the DO details. Okay, DO or delivery order. So input function is to receive these details from the end user, or you can also say to accept the delivery order details. Here, I'm sure you have learned how to list out all the appropriate data required. Now, for the process function, since the user entered the DO details, then these details need to be processed. Okay, all these are the goods received. Okay, we are referring to the receiving item module, correct? And update the quantities. The purpose of having this module, okay, the receiving item module, we want to know the quantity and we want to update it into our inventory. So that's why here you can say update the quantities in the inventory data store. Now, what about the output function? The user, for example, the store manager. Now notice user here, okay, user will be the, this one, the people, okay, who will use the inventory control system. Okay, let me see. We'll retrieve information about the inventory details. So if I am the store manager, then I would like to see what is the current balance of that particular product in our store. Okay, and the storage function, it will store everything. Okay, the received goods details as well as the updated inventory stock in hand. Okay, normally it's for future use. So this is the IPOS. If the question asks for the functions, then we are referring to the IPOS. I'm not sure whether they will include this in the in our exam or not, because I've seen this question for in your database final online assessment. Okay, 5 components of an IS. Just now we look at the functions of an IS. Now we look at the 5 components. So it's HSSP. Hardware, software, store data, people, and procedures. The first component, software. Okay. Software, I'm sure you have learned this for your IT. Did you take up any introduction to IT course?
First sem.
Yeah, first semester, right? So I believe you already know that there are 2 types of software. We have the application software, we have the system software. So you can refer back to these 2 types of software. And then here there's one more addition, which is the network software. Network software is a system, the software needed for the communication between your network devices and also your PC. All right, so software, there are 3 types of software needed. Now, for the hardware, it can be the computers themselves, communications equipment. I believe you have learned about this already in your IT course, like your modem, router, and so on. Okay, so as long as it's in the hardware devices that will be included in one of the component of the system. It depends on the project of the system, the system project. If it's just a standalone system used by one end user, then you only need one PC. But then if it's used by the entire organization, definitely you need to have bigger sizes, perhaps a simple as a server, or if in a bigger scale, then you need the mainframe. Okay, for networking, definitely to network all the computers together, meaning you have the server, okay, your software, your system installed in the server, then you have few client PC. If the end user access the system, login into the system from his PC, then you need to make sure that you have all these networking devices working. Okay, that's for network. Besides that, we can also see like digital cameras, microphones, printers, and so on. All these are nowadays necessary. Like for example, printer. You should always include it in your budget. Like you are involved in this upgrading of the ticketing system, and then you are buying new PC for the cinema, then don't forget to add in printers. Printers, they are important to, if it's a point of sale system, then it will be bundled together, right? Hardware. Next is the data. Okay, data or stored data. Stored data, this data is written in the hardware, okay, and also processed by this software, meaning you will, for your database, right, the movie database, you have the movie details, you have the transaction, transaction and not included transaction, just let's use the movie lah. Okay, the movie, for the movie, it must be stored in the computer memory first, right? In order for the user to select which movie, and then they can view the information about the movie, what is the price, and so on. Okay, it will be, we are referring to stored data in the system, and also the entered. Since it's a stored data, yeah, it will be used to process, say, to calculate the total amount of the tickets purchased. The example that we have here is the inventory control system. So the stored data will be all about the goods, okay, the product, each item that the business stocks in their warehouse. For example, I'm sure you know what is a PK, primary key. So this is the item code, all right. The description, the quantity for the item, the cost, and also the selling price. Okay, so far we have looked at the hardware, software, stored data, and the final two components are PP, people and procedures. So we start off with the people first. People means the people that we need to run the system. We can have primary user, we can have secondary user. Okay, primary user like the data entry staff, they're the one who will enter the input data into the system, and management is considered as a secondary user because they are not the one who log in into the system and then use the system, but they will use the report being generated from the system. So here, receive output information. Okay, in your case study, I think towards the end, you need to design reports for your users. Okay, for your database project, I believe you include the queries, right? What kind of information important or useful, beneficial for the managers of the cinema, for them to get from the system in order for them to make decision. So receive output information. These are referring to the report. With the report, then the management can operate the cinema, all right? What else? And then make any decision making. What's happening with our ticket sales for this particular movie and so on. Okay, and then there's another type of a user of people where they are the one who will handle or maintain the system themselves, like the IT staff. IT staff to do the maintenance, and if they contract out the development of the system to third-party company, then we have the software developers like you guys. Okay. Then the end user, say, if you are looking at the online system, then the end user would be the movie goers. Okay, the movie goers, for example. Okay, for our system included in this lecture slide, the inventory control system, the users would be the salespeople. Means salespeople, when they want to do their sales, they need to know how many products that they have, right? They cannot like say, oh, I can sell you 1,000 products, but in fact, if you check in the inventory control system, they only have, say, 10 left, and then during the MCO need to take longer time to say get the stocks from their supplier. So salespeople really need the information from the inventory control system, all the clerical personnel to enter the data, and also the store manager. Store manager, why do they need the information from the inventory control system? Say decision to order, to reorder, to restock the product. Operation staff would be the personnel doing the maintenance, hardware, software in the system. Okay, next is the procedure. So we are covering 5 components of the information system now. 5 components, hardware, software, stored data, people, and procedures. Okay, procedures, this is something like the user manual. Okay, you need to refer to these procedures and your user will know how to use the system, how to operate the system. A very good system. Okay, let me bring you to one of the stage in the SDLC. This is where you do the user interface design, yeah, or in your user interface design, you should at least include the help menu, or if there's a context sensitive help, like if they don't know what's the meaning of that particular input field, then they can hover their mouse to the eye icon for more information to tell the end user, this is what I need to do in order to complete the transaction or the purchase of the movie tickets, example. For inventory control system, we need procedures that will describe how to enter the input data. Perhaps for the product, they need to enter the category first, or for the quantity, they need to specify the units, okay, whether it's per bottles, per cartons, and so on. And then procedure to describe how to output information from the system, explaining how many different types of reports available, whether they can print to PDF, whether they can, how to connect to another different print, and so on. And then we also need procedures, tell the user how to operate the hardware and software. This is for the maintenance part. Okay, so far we have covered two important things. Number one, what is an information system? Number two, we have looked at the 4 functions of the information system, IPOS, input, process, output, and storage. And just now we have finished the 5 components of the information system. Now we look at what are the types of businesses available here. This is important. The reason is that when you know what kind of the type of business of your client, yeah, assuming that you're the software developer, you get a request from these people to develop system for them. You need to know whether they are a supplier, or are they a manufacturer, or are they a wholesaler, are they a retailer? So that when you have this info about your client, the organization, where you will develop a software for them, develop a system for them, it will be easier for you to understand the operations of the system in that particular business. Like a supplier, they only supply raw materials. Okay, and then what kind of information system that the supplier needs? Definitely, you don't give them, say, a mere transaction processing system, but you give them the SCM, supply chain management system. Okay, so once you know the type of businesses of your clients, then you can suggest a suitable system for them. For manufacturer, you might suggest, they might need MRP. Okay, the manufacturing system for these factories. Wholesaler, you can suggest they need inventory control system, because wholesaler, they need to know the number of products they have in the warehouse and so on. For a retailer, definitely it's a POS, the point of sale system. So you might be thinking, why do I need to know these different types of businesses? I'm an IT student, I don't need to know all this. No, you are wrong. You need to know this because different types of businesses, they use different types of system. Okay, let's move on. Okay, service businesses means none of these service businesses, they don't provide products, but they still need to use system. For example, the government, you can see that nowadays government, they have all this online system available. And then for non-profit organization like education, like us, we do have our own intranet system, the student registration system, right? So every type of businesses, there's a special information system that they need. So as a software developer, as a system analyst, you need to know this. Okay. Next, we look at the business functions. Again, the previous, I'm referring to the diploma students. Okay, they always ask, Miss, why do we need to know all this business thing? We are not interested. I don't want to know about accounting. I don't want to know about finance, marketing, production, HR. I don't want to know. Not related at all. I'm only interested in networking. I'm interested in database and so on. But the thing is, who are you developing the system for? You are developing the system for your client, for your end user. Therefore, you need to know all this. For example, if your user is someone from the marketing department, then you need to know what's happening inside the marketing department. Then you will be able to computerize some of the procedures in their department and come up with a very good marketing information system which these marketing people can use. So this is the main reason why you need to know all this. Even in the university, right, we were asked to check minor in what? Minor in management. Why? Because the dean of the university say that as a IT people, as a software development, IS expert, your client is not IT people only. Your client will be someone from the business. Okay, you need to develop sales system, you need to develop marketing system, and so on. So these are the functions for each of the business or functional areas, and this is the functions for sales. Okay, if you look here, for the sales department, they will process orders received. So definitely, what should pop up in your mind would be, the order system, the sales order system. In order for you to develop this sales order system, you need to understand how they do the billing, how do they get the payment from the client, how they process the delivery of orders, okay, like the DO, delivery order, PO, purchase order, invoice, official receipt. You need to know all these things. But then if you prefer the movie, the ticketing system, then you need to be well versed in that particular function. Okay, how about production? For production, they are mainly on the manufacturing part, perhaps include the purchasing. Inventory is very important, and also the controlling of the manufacturing process. That's why MRP comes in, the manufacturing MRP, resource planning. Okay, this is a system meant for the production department. And for the HR people, they need a system to keep track of their employees, to process their salary every month, and so on. Okay. For SAD, we don't have time to be involved in each of these, in each of these different functional areas. But then you will select one particular organization for your case study. Okay, it can be your cinema if you want. And then from there, you simulate the whole phases of the system development life cycle. That's why earlier on, I mentioned that if you're a fresh graduate, normally they will not hire you as a full-fledged SA, but they will hire you starting as the AP. AP means analyst programmer, means you will be doing the analysis job as well as the programming. You will get the design of the system from your SA, and then you will be helping up in the analysis and design as well as doing the programming. The reason why you need to have at least, say, 3 years of experience, you need to be able to show to your employer, oh, I've experience in developing accounting system, I've experience in developing a finance system, I have experience in developing a production system. Okay, so there are a lot of business functions that you need to know. Say, for example, I know nothing about accounting, I know nothing about marketing function. Then how are you going to develop the system for them? Very difficult. Once you understand what are the business functions, means the functions for each of these functional area, then you will be able to computerize all these. Not all processes can be computerized. It depends. Computerize what can be computerized, and then help the user to perform their task. And this is the department where you will be, okay? But then not necessary because we do have students who venture out in other fields as well. The IT functions, as mentioned here, normally to assist other departments to use IT. And then for RSD student, you should be able to do this, developing software. Okay. Once you know the different functional areas, business operation, then the next thing is for you to understand what kind of information is suitable for them. Okay, we have information system by function, means we have a sales system for the sales department, we have the manufacturing system for the manufacturing department, we have, say, accounting system for the accounting department. So this is information, type of information based on the functional area. Besides that, we also have information system that we can categorize based on the organizational level. For example, for the CEO of the company, you don't give him a TPS, the point of sale system. You don't expect the president to enter data into the point of sale system, right? So for the people at the strategic level, they use EIS. Okay, executive information system, right? And then for the operational level, normally they will use TPS, operational, so we are referring to transaction processing system. And in the middle here, knowledge level, we have two, KWS, which is for the knowledge worker, and then OAS, office automation system. In fact, OAS is used by the whole level. Office automation system like the intranet, email, scheduling system, everything will be used by the operational level up to the strategic level. And management level, you must remember, there are two systems suitable for management level, MIS and DSS, Management Information System and Decision Support System. Okay, this is by functional areas. Means if you're asked to give examples of information system by functional areas, then you can say accounting department, they will be needing accounting system. As simple as that. Okay, these are the example. Okay, by functional areas, HR department, definitely HRIS, Human Resource Information System, and many other examples. Okay, let me see that. Oh, we only have 15 minutes left. There's an exercise here. For airline system like MAS, Asia, what kind of functional system that they need? Based on this one?
Marketing.
Sorry?
Marketing.
Definitely, yes, correct. We need that, one of it. For manufacturing company, what's the difference between manufacturing company and airline? Airline, do they need MRP, manufacturing system? No need. But then manufacturing company, they need that particular system. Okay, so let me go straight. to these solutions. So you need to get the answer for the first two. For airline, you need to have the air ticket reservation system as well as the check-in system, the web check-in. Okay, these two are missing from your slide. And for the manufacturing company, besides the production system, and also the sales system, you will be needing purchasing system as well. And look at here, inventory control system.
What is that? Core and non-core.
Core means it's a must for that particular organization. Like for airline, if you don't have check-in system, can they function? Tak boleh kan?
Oh, cannot.
They need to check in their passenger. And then for airline system, HR system, if they don't have a computerized HR system, they can still operate like accounting system. It's not their main, it's not their main system that required for them to do their main task. That's why here you need to know whether they are, what was it already? Whether you are retailer, wholesaler, a supplier, service business, and so on, so that you will be able to identify which one is core, which one is non-core.
Not you can still list. There are still other answers that are not just these listed.
Yes, there are more. Here up to 4, but then not enough space already. Because in a company, they have all these different departments, right? And all these different departments nowadays, they use information system.
Does marketing count as non-core?
Yes, for airline, yes. Non-core. Okay, very good. Okay, remember when we talk about whether you are a supplier, a manufacturer, wholesaler, there's another different types of system that comes in mind. Just now we look at information system based on the functional areas, which department. Like accounting department, they will use accounting system. If CEO of the company, he will use a EIS, Executive Information System. Operational level will use a TPS, for example, the point of sale system. Then in terms of the type of businesses, okay, you might need another different system. Now, here we have ERP. ERP means the enterprise resource planning. If you look at this diagram, what is so special about ERP? You have everything in one system. Accounting people can log in into this ERP. They can access all the accounting stuff here. And then finance also just log in into the same system, they can do that things here. Sales people, just one login, they can access everything. So we would say that ERP is very expensive. Not every company they can afford to purchase or get their own ERP. The reason is that they integrate the key business processes of an entire firm into a single software system. Logging into the system, everyone can access. But if you're accounting people, definitely they don't allow you to have access to the human resource partner. Okay, so the name from the ERP, enterprise-wide. One single software for every functional areas. Okay. And then what else do we have? These are examples of what are the processes that can be included in the ERP. For your information, last time we visited the Sabah Credit company in Dongongon, and then they told us they're using the ERP system, the SAP. I forgot already what's the name. And then they said it's too expensive. The IBM, okay, IBM from India. They even got the IBM staff from India coming over here to help them implement the ERP. And then according to them, they can only afford to purchase two modules. Like for example, say they can only have the sales system and another one is the accounting system. The rest they cannot afford to include. Means it's non-core for them. Okay, no need to include because they need to pay so much. Okay, ERP, to develop one ERP minimum, say 3 years to develop everything because there are so many different functional processes included in ERP. Next is the CRM. CRM, the keyword is customer. Okay, so if your the company, they rely on their customer, they want to give a good service to their customer, they want to retain their existing customer, and they want to attract potential customer, CRM is very useful for them. Okay, if you use your Watson, you have Watson member, right? I think it's called as Elite. They will keep track your purchase. If your purchase is 1,000 per year, they upgrade you to the Elite membership, another higher level membership, and then you get all these kind of benefits. And then every time they will keep track. 3 months ago, this particular customer purchased toothbrush, and then this month you get a email from Watson. It's time to replace your toothbrush. How do they know all this? All the data is included in the system. Okay, so it includes how to maintain good relationship with the customer. Okay, sell. Remember the email just now? It's time to replace your toothbrush. They are doing sales and marketing at the same time. All right, so customer relationship management system is another example of IS. Okay, you can see here the word is data mining. Data about the customer is everywhere nowadays. Okay, and what are the modules included in the CRM? All these are the sales, marketing, customer. Now, if you notice, starting from the ERP, notice that the business processes covered in this particular system like ERP, CRM, they include more than one functional areas, correct? If you look here at in this CRM, they have marketing, they have sales, they have service. So one word to simplify all this would be, it's enterprise-wide system, okay, whereby it integrates everything into one particular system. Okay, like for CRM, it's meant for customer relationship management. Okay, for ERP, it's meant for the whole thing. Okay, it can do finance and everything, but then for CRM, the marketing, sales, and service focus on the customer. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Another example of enterprise system is the SCM, supply chain management. Okay, you can see the purpose of the SCM is to deliver product more rapidly to the customer, reduce time, redundant effort, inventory costs. And if you notice here, the supply management system, you will get information from the supplier, manufacturer, distributor, retailer, and then you can reach your customer. But for our syllabus, your assignment, we will not do any case study on enterprise-wide system like the ERP, SCM, and CRM. This is too big for our scope. Okay. And I already mentioned this, system level by the organizational level. Okay, this is a repetition from the previous one, like a transaction processing system, the typical point of sale system used by the operational level, and the one at the top, EIS or ESS, same thing. Okay, executive information system or executive support system. Okay, explanation for each of these levels are mentioned here. I believe I've mentioned it just now. bits here and there. TPS, transaction processing system, in short TPS, in the operational level. Name is transaction processing. Purpose is to keep track of the transaction. OAS is office automation system. In fact, it's used by the whole level, yeah, like emailing, scheduling, word processing, even executive need this, right? KWS is knowledge work system. Not every company have this because not all people, everyone create knowledge, like to design something, all right, to create something for the customer, not necessary. Okay, knowledge work system. And then the last two is the MIS and DSS, management information system. So here it's used by the management level. For example, the inventory control system. Just now we have inventory control system mentioned as example for our lecture notes, right? And then we have DSS, decision support system. Okay, these two are used in the middle, yeah, of the organization. What's the difference between MIS and DSS? DSS, they are similar, but then for DSS, they can provide support for the managers to make good decision making. MIS, we focus on the reports. This system can produce lots of reports for the manager to make decision as well. Okay. And then the one at the top would be the EIS or ESS, Executive Support System or Executive Information System if it's a EIS. Okay. Why we need a separate system for the top management? Because this type of people, yeah, they don't make structured decision like when should I order my stock, yeah. This is not unstructured decision making. This is a structured decision making where when do we need to do reorder? There's a rule for that. There's a guideline for that. If the stock reach 10 and below, it's time to purchase, restock. Or maybe it's if it's 100 or less in a stock, then you need to reorder. This is a structured decision. You have guideline on how to make the decision. But then for ESS, no. They make unstructured decision making. So normally, they will have this. Okay, notice that this ESS, it will show some kind of what was it? What do you call that? A dashboard where, as the CEO or president, I log into the system, I can see the dashboard. Oh, why that one is red color? There's something wrong with my finance. Or this one green color, green color, green color. Oh, okay. Orange color. Okay, no problem. When the moment he see this red finance, then he will call up his finance people. So there's forecasting, there are hotspot, and so on. We look at our CEO presidents, they don't have time to go through pages and pages and pages of reports from the MIS. They don't have time to do this analysis in the DSS system, but we provide something very user-friendly for the president to use, a special kind of information system. Oh, one more minute. Let me finish this, yeah. Okay, IT department. As for IT department, what kind of system do we do? We do lots of various systems. And then in our department, okay, in this slide, we are not talking about the system used by IT department. Just to introduce IT department, what are the functional areas available in this IT department? Just to let you all know, okay, when you go for your internship, you might be in the software development, or you might be in the support and maintenance, or maybe you will be in the database. So you can do lots of things here. If the company, they have website, you might be in the web support. If they have their own networking functional areas, then you might be in the network administration. So these are some examples of the functional areas available in the IT department, but not necessary every every company IT department has that particular function. It depends on the size of the company. Okay, how many blanks here? Okay, number 3, user support. Okay, so these are the explanation for the previous slide here. Explanation of the purpose for each of the functional areas. We have software development, support and maintenance, user support, and then you move on to number 6. We also have QA, yeah, in IT department, quality assurance. We cannot produce a zero defect software, but we are trying to reduce the number of errors. So that's why we have quality assurance people. Normally, we have these software engineers. They will perform a system testing. They have a very structured testing methods in order to ensure the quality of the software is being enhanced, enhanced, and then at the end of the day, we don't want to sell a software that gives problems to our user. Okay, and the final one is the web support. Okay, let me see. Oh, I think we continue for around 10 minutes, yeah? Okay. People in IT department, we have the programmer. But then if you have degree, you might have a more senior roles, okay, where the one that is missing here is the programming. Definitely a programmer will do the programming thing and then do the testing. Okay, very straightforward. And then SA, yeah, I mentioned about SA just now, right? So SA, fact gathering. As an SA, you need to talk with your user, understand their requirements, okay, understand their business processes. So this is where SA must be able to draw the diagrams. So the keyword is model. Draw the data flow diagram, draw the ERD diagram, the entity relationship diagram. Do documentations. That's why at the end of this semester, you will be submitting final report to me. And design. Okay, design is where, let me give you a clue. Your database work from last semester, right, is included in system design, in particular data design of the system. So SRS stands for System Requirement Specification, also known as SRD, System Requirement Documentation. You all got that? It's from here, yeah? System Requirement Specification, SA. And SA, you need experienced people to take up this role. If you see here, this is the reason. Need to manage projects, resources, and also the team members, programmers, and so on. This is the project manager. Project manager is where at the top. He will need to monitor the progress of the system development. If the company said we must use the system by May this year, the project manager role is to monitor the progress of the project. Okay, and if the project is delayed, must make sure that it is back in control. Okay, that's why another keyword is control. Okay, a project manager need to do meetings with not only with the user but also with the development team, right? If you have lots of experience, then from SA you can climb up to become a project manager. So those are the people in the department. Let me see. Check note on this one. Just to give you tips, yeah, on your first presentation. For a cinema, you need to know how it is organized. Okay, and then look at the organization chart. Did you include organization chart for your database project? If yes, if you still want to do a cinema, then you need to come up with a chart. The reason why the chart is important is that you need to know how many departments are there, and each of the departments, what are the functions that they perform. Okay, and the people inside the department, so that when you want to gather facts about the system being developed, you know which people is in which department. And okay, we are at the end of our chapter 1 already. Just to let you all know, we will cover this SDLC, System Development Life Cycle, throughout the semester, starting from next week. Okay, so we have system planning, the first phase. Second phase, system analysis. This will take longer times. There are a lot of modelings need to be done, DFD, RD, all those things. System design, I mentioned about the data design, it's here. One of the things that need to be covered in the system design. So your ERD, everything will be in your SDS, your system design specification. Previously it's mentioned as SRS, system requirement. Oh, sorry, that one is here. This is the design specification. It includes the flow chart. What else for the programmer? In order for them to do the programming, they need, what do they need? Flowchart, right? They need pseudocode so that they can implement or write the codes. So the flowchart, everything comes on the SA. And then the system development, this is where the programmer will do the coding. Once the system has been completed, it will be implemented. What happened? It means this is where you can conduct training for the user. You do a system conversion from the old system to the new system. Once it's ready, we will say you have the operational system, and now your system is in operation. And what is the task of SA here? Just to do some kind of a maintenance if required. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stages. Make sure you fully understand these 6 stages, because this is what will be covered in your final exam, in your test, and in your weekly assignment case study presentation. But then for your case study, it will be up to here. Nampak kan? Planning, analysis, design saja. Up to you design the reports. Here, there's no need for you to develop the system in real life lah. That one you will have your visual programming, if I'm not mistaken. That one will be covered in that part lah. Okay, or web app development. So that is this part. For our SAD, we concentrate on here. Okay, the weekly, the 13 presentation covers from system planning to system design. Okay. And in your first presentation or second presentation, you need to do something about the system requests, okay? Because we will not start our development life cycle if we don't get any requests from the user. Because a system request is a formal request to start with the system development life cycle. Okay, and here on this right hand side will be the deliverables. In the previous slide, there's a deliverables being mentioned. So we're talking about this. Every phase has its own deliverables or milestone or output. Okay, to finish off, I guess since we will be covering each of these phases week by week, okay. I'll just let you all copy any blanks if there's any. I think here tak ada. System planning, system analysis, system design. Yeah, there's no blank here. Very good. System design, your case study will be up to here lah. So to design database, you already done this. The code process belum lagi. Output means the report. Input means you design the user interface. System development is where the programmer will do their job. System implementation, as I mentioned just now. to perform the installation, training, and the changeover or the system conversion to bring the new system in operation, means convert from the old system to the new system. And finally, we don't say that the life cycle stops at system operation and maintenance. Yeah, the reason is that you will might go back to, if there's a request to do maintenance, then it will go back to here and then it will start again. This is the life cycle. All right. So I think we're done for today. Everyone, you have your slides complete, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll see you all this Thursday. Okay, let me see a tutorial. I think you can do tutorial already. Yeah. Okay, ready with the answers. Yeah, up to what we have covered for today. If there's any part that we haven't covered, no need to answer lah. We only have 1 hour for tutorial, so do this as homework, and then as soon as you are done with the tutorial, we can spend more time on the practical part lah, your case study. All right, so that's all for today. Bye bye.
Also,
Yeah.
this Thursday, then got the presentation.
No presentation. Presentation will start week 2. So this Thursday, you will finalize the selection of the organization. Okay, you can look at the assignment question, kan? What we need to do for the big one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, Miss. Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye. Welcome.